Okay, let's continue now with the next part of the slide. So if you have any clarification on this part, you can just review the video again. Okay? So the question is, how much authority do your editors have? The default actually here is we have set it up to viewer, and the option that you can do, you just need to click on this button, the settings, where you can set the editors can change the permission and share, and of course the viewers can also do the comments and see the options to download, print, and copy. You can check on this part before you will change the settings on this option, which is the viewer, commenter, or the editor, especially if you will check the editor. Okay, and take note, by default the editors of the document can actually change the visibility settings, and they can also add and remove users. Second, the setting can result in a file easily being shared in a way that the owner did not intend. So there are times that you will encounter this kind of scenario. So make sure when you try to share, you have to check this setting first. Okay? And I suggest to do some restriction in your sharing so that nobody can alter your work, especially if you just share it to anybody. Just like in my case, if I'm going to share my syllabus to you, instead of sharing the Word document, I actually converted it into PDF file so that you can just view it and you have no way to edit the file. Unless I will allow you, then that's the time that I can share the Word document. But there are cases wherein I'll be sharing a Word document where two students or more can collaborate to each other. Then that's the time that you can set it as an editor. Since we will have some activities where the students can collaborate, edit the file using one file, and of course you need to set it into as editor so anyone can edit on the file and make some comments or write anything on that particular file. So let's go now into the hands-on demo. Are you excited? Well, I hope you do. So in the hands-on demo, there are two options that I'll be showing you with the use of the browser, and the other one is using the mobile phone. And I know some of you are using the mobile phone, but the reason why I still have to show you the desktop base or the browser base is for you to see how it looks like. Okay, so before you can turn there, I'll just have to open up the file. Hold on. Okay, here's my file. Okay, let's start with the browser base. As you noticed here, we are in the google.com. We can actually type here drive.google. and then simply enter in here. Or the other option is you simply click on this part, the Google Apps, and drag your mouse going down to the drive. But before you can actually see the files in here, make sure that you are logged in into your Gmail account. As you can see here, you can see my picture because I'm already logged in using my other account. So make sure before you continue, you have to log in first. Although even when you click on this folder, this link, the drive, you will be asked to log in still. Okay, so instead I'll be using this account. Okay, let's have the first account. I created this one just for demonstration purposes. Okay, if I'm going to enter here drive.google.com. Oops, sorry, I have to change this my account. Okay, before I continue with the fresh account, as you notice here, I have many folders. There are different colors, gray one, and there is a green one. Okay, but I will explain it later. So I will change my account to an empty account. So this is how it looks like for the first time user of a Google Drive. As you can see, it's blank. There are no folders, there are no files, and it's stated here that you can actually put all your files here, any kind of files, but you have to take note of your storage. As you can see here, the free storage is only 15 gigabytes. And if you want to buy, then you just have to click on this link. Okay, so what are the things inside the drive? If you click on this part, you can actually edit it. Word. This is the equivalent of Microsoft Word, which is the Google Docs. And the equivalent for the Excel is the Google Sheets, and for the PowerPoint, using the Google Slides. And what are the things that you can do here? You can add the forms, you can do the drawings, the maps, and the Google Sites, the script, the Jamboard, and more. There are many things that you can do in here. So what I want you to do first on this part is actually to create a folder. Since most of our activities will be put online, and of course it's a good practice that you have to arrange your files in one folder so it would be easy for you to find it. Wherever you are, you can access it. So let's start creating a folder. So you can identify the one that I mentioned earlier about the private folder. So let's create a folder. So assuming you want to create a folder called lectures. Okay, I'm going to put here lectures. Okay, so this is our main folder, and from this main folder you can actually create another folder inside this particular. You just click on that. So this is a blank, and then you click on this part, then create again another folder. Example, assuming that this subject is or you can organize this. Example, I'll put here, these are the PPT files folders. So I will create this one, and the new folder already created. So if I'm going back here in my drive, I can actually see the folder lectures, right? So if I'm going to open it up, I have another folder called PPT, or the shortcut for PowerPoint. But if I'm going to click inside, still empty. Alright, so what are the things that you can do in here? Actually, if you click on this part, you can change the color, or you can rename the folder. Example, I want to put this one into red color. Okay, later, so I'll just put back. If I'm going to click back here, so you can see that the lectures folder is now color red. Now, assuming I will put a file in here, click on this one, and how to upload file. You have the option. Actually, what you're going to do here is just upload the file in here. Example, I will upload the file which is about the hands-on demo. Example, I will find a sample file here. Let me see. Okay, hold on. In my desktop. So let me say I will put this file. Let me say, okay, this one. Just a sample for demonstration purposes only. What I'm going to do, I will drag this file in here. Okay, you just have to wait. There you are. So the networking updated.ppt file is now being uploaded, and you just have to wait until you can see the file in here. As you can see, it's still on process. Just observe the progress of the file. So it takes 4 minutes according to the Google Drive, but actually it depends on your internet connection. If you have a good internet connection, then it will just take a few seconds, because this is just a small file. Okay, so that is how you're going to add a file inside the Google Drive. So I'll just close this one, and while waiting, I will just discuss some details. There are things that you can actually do. Assuming if you're going to click these settings here, then this is the icon settings. Click on the settings, and you had here the option offline. What is the purpose why we need to select the offline version? Well, especially if you don't have an internet connection, or if you have the very bad internet connection, just like when I asked you to do the pre-survey, and based on my observation that some of you actually having a problem with the connection, so this is one good option for you to set it up to offline. In my case, I always put my files into offline. So here, click on this checkbox. Okay, turn on offline access. Install the Google Docs offline extension to your Chrome browser. So it means that I need to install first the Google Docs offline extension before I can actually turn it offline. Okay, so click on install. Then Chrome will link me into the Google Docs extension for the offline. Actually, I just have to change this one through the account that I'm using, because using this account I already set it up into offline. So every time that you will use a different email, then you also need to add or allow the settings for Google Docs offline. So since I'm using this one, okay, all right, so then enable this item. Okay, I will enable it now. Okay, so I already get an offline version and I can start creating my files or document just like this, just like an equivalent of the Microsoft Word. Okay, going back here, since I set it up already, okay, now we can view our files offline. Done. Okay, we just have to wait for a while, so this one will take a few minutes. While waiting, okay, so as you can see here, there is an icon ready for offline. That is after you install the Google Docs offline in the Chrome. This is actually applicable in the Google Chrome browser. I'm not sure in the Firefox. I still have to check it, but most of the time I'm actually using the Chrome for the offline version of the Google Docs, since Chrome is made by Google. Okay, and you will notice if a particular file can be opened using an offline, because this one, the color can be changed into green. So we will find out later if it will change. Maybe there will be some changes. And going back here, while waiting for that to be finished, then I'll just click on the lectures. Okay, so here, if you click on, didn't you notice it? When I click on the folder PPT, there are icons here, which is this one, get shareable link and share PPT. So what's the difference between these two? If I'm going to select this one, I can actually share the whole folder, but it requires me to enter an email address. Okay, so I'll just click on this one, and as you can see here, it says owner, and then I can also get the link. Okay, assuming I'll go back here. Okay, let's go back first to this one. As you can see, the networking updated.ppt is now being stored in the PPT folder. Let's try to open it. Okay, there you are. Okay, let's try to open this file if this one works. Okay. Later. Okay, it can be open now. So you can check, and of course it depends on your internet connection when you try to browse on this one. Okay, so if you want these files to be, if you want to edit this file, all you need to do is just click on the open with Google Slides. But if you don't want to open it, then you just have to view it, then you just have to click on the scroll. Okay, you can scroll it, something like this. Okay, I actually used this PowerPoint presentation when I presented in the King's College in Baguio City. Okay, so assuming I want to share this file, I'm going back here. If I'm going to select this one, got it. So settings, so this is the default setting. The editors can change permission and share. the viewers and commenters can see the option to download, print, and copy. So if you don't check this one, so it means that they could not see this option. But of course, I want them to download the file, then I'll just have to select this one. However, if I'm going to unselect this option, even if I set the user as editor, it means I could not do the sharing of file or change the folder or change the settings. So I'll just check this one back. Alright, now if we're going to use this option, all you need to do, you just type the email address. Example, I will use my existing email address. Okay, in this example, assuming you want to submit this PowerPoint to me, and because I required you to, okay, you create a PowerPoint as your presentation and send it to me. So all you need to do, you can either type in my email here, something like this, and you can type your message, submitting my requirements, something like that. So then you can send it. And there's an option here, editor, if you don't want. Okay, so going back to our previous video where I show you the settings about the use of the viewer, commenter, and the editor. And if you're going to select the commenter, means I can only comment, but I could not edit it. And if you want me to be just a viewer, then I can just view it, but I could not edit it or could not do the comments. So assuming I'll be the editor, I set it as editor, and I'll say here's my report, ma'am. Kindly review. Okay, then you try to send it. Try to observe what will happen next. Okay. As you noticed here, you'll not be able to see, then there is a file that being shared inside. So that's the one that I discussed earlier about the topic on the inherent of permission. But then if I want to share this particular folder, same process, click on, because the one I did is just based on the one file. But if I want to share the folder, it means all the files inside this PPT folder can also be shown to the one that I'm sharing with. Okay, sample, instead that I will use this one, I will use the link, share double link. So what's the difference between these two? So in this case, you don't need to type the email address of the receiver. All you need to do is just get the link. If you can remember the story before that I sent to you before, something like that. So I just copy the link here. But then before you copy the link, try to check first here, because there is a restriction. Only people added can open with this link. So you click on this one, and then you say anyone on the internet with this link can view. So that is how it looks like. So anyone on the internet with this link can view. It means it is open. If they know it, then they can open. But then if you will restrict it, so only people added can open with this link. So let's try how it looks like. So first, before we click on this one, let's try to look at this. Since there is a restriction, then this is actually restricted. And if I'm going to click on copy this one, example, assuming I will send this to Ma'am Avila. All right. So I will open up the email here, and then I will send it to my instructor, assuming to Ms. Avila. Okay, as you can see, I have no information here yet. Then I click compose. Okay. All right. So I will type here the email of Ma'am Avila, and then report example. Finally, there. Good morning. Good morning, Ma'am. Kindly see attached file. This is Prasi Corby CS from CS 1A. Example. Then thank you. Then I will send it. Oops, I forgot to put the link. Again. I forgot to put the link. Since I already sent it, I'll just forward it again. I forgot to put the link. Right, I'll just delete this one. Again, CG. Okay, good morning, Mom. Thank you. So I'll put here the link of my file. Now I will send it. Send with one viewer. Okay, I will try to explain with this one because the one we selected is restricted. That's the reason why you will be asked share with one person only, or that person can only view or edit the file. Assuming I'll just select the view, so you will know what's the difference between view and the edit. However, if you will select this one, turn link sharing on. Anyone with the link can view. So I suggest you will select this option if ever you will send the file to others. So you don't need to go back there and change the setting again. Assuming we will select this one first. But I suggest that you will just select this option, so you don't need to keep on coming back and change the settings again. Okay, so for now, just for demonstration purposes, click on this one so you can see how it looks like. Okay, share and then send. The file is being sent already. Now, what I'm going to do is open my other account. Alright, I'll just open it. Okay, there you are. So here's the file that I just sent. Then if I'm going to click on this one, then I'm log in using a different email, which is the CJ Avila. Oh, sorry, because I'm logging with the other one. Let me see if I can open it. So I'm just waiting for the files to be shared. Okay, I get now the file. So I'm logging using my CJ Avila. So if I want to open it, assuming I'm now the teacher, so if I will view it, okay, and then if I want to play it with the Google Slides, so I want to check whether it's working. Now I want to see what you are submitting to me. So this will take a few minutes because my signal is quite slow. So in your case, it might be different. All right. So this is how it looks like using the Google Slides. So I will try to play with this 2%. All right. So I can view the details of percent. If I want to open it, as you can see here, it was last edited by Pressy Corby. Okay, I'm signed in using my other email. Okay, so if I want to run this one and play, I just have to click on percent. All right, so this is how it looks like when you try to open the files. I'll just have to close on this one. All right, there you are. So the files is working now. Okay, I'll just have to end this part.